What is going on, everybody? It is your boy JGA, and we are back. We are in a new apartment. This is actually my first full day here. Well, I guess technically second, because yesterday we moved in. This apartment is actually in the same exact building as my old one, but Trey and I are now officially roommates. This has been a long time in the making. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick little tour. Boom, you walk in, there's a closet here. This is Trey's, so I'm not gonna open it. Washer, dryer right here. Oh, nice stack. This is Trey's bedroom. Maybe in the future he'll give y'all a tour because there's a shitload of stuff going on in there right now. That is his bathroom, or like the guest bathroom as well, but we don't really have guests, so that's his bathroom. So then this is like the little entryway. This is the kitchen. We have a corner unit, thank God. So because of that, we have a complete 180 balcony, so it actually wraps all the way around. And I'm not gonna give y'all a full rundown, but you know, really nice kitchen, double-sided fridge, so like it's easy for us to split our groceries and stuff, even though we damn near share everything. Clase Azul tequila bottle. Fun fact, I'm not really big on decorations or anything, but this tequila bottle my brother got me for when I moved down to Miami. He drove down with me when I was all the way back in my studio Airbnb apartment. Real ones know if you've been with me for that long. Appreciate you for that. But yeah, my brother got me that, or I guess us that, kind of like as a housewarming like gift, like celebratory for me moving to Miami. So that bottle, it means a lot. It's very sentimental to me. Again, I'm not big on decorations, but that one's staying with me. You guys can see just the natural light in here. Like, I got no lights on. This is the biggest like plus backlit right now, but it's a pretty cloudy day. It's rainy season now here in Miami, so it literally will rain like on and off all the time. This door right here is my room, so we're gonna go see it. Again, I apologize for any of the little mess. It's honestly not that bad. I cleaned it up just for y'all. This is an eyesore, right? So I'm gonna get like a rod or something and like a drape. I mean, I like the shelves, I want to utilize it, but I wish there was just a door. I thought there was, honestly, when I looked at the blueprint, but there isn't. This door here is my closet. Nice walk-in closet. I had a walk-in closet in the previous one, but this one is definitely bigger. Like, I have way more space up there now and everything. Some kicks. I have an extra shoe rack right here. I still need to play around with the space. The biggest issue that I've run into is that everything, like furniture wise, fits in here perfectly. Mirror is my desk, right? Like, I like sitting at a desk. I like sitting in front of a window. I just don't have enough space for this chair to be here. I'm gonna die, bro. I'll thug out, you feel me? Like, this shit doesn't really bother me. Like, I really could sit here on the bed. I could inch the bed a little bit more this way, and I could really sit here and do this. And then the chair is just kind of there. Like, I don't have anyone ever really over, you feel me? And if they do, they in the bed, you feel like, oh shit. I think that is the vibe, to just sit down on the bed. And I don't know, I could just keep the chair over here. Like, it's calm. Like, I don't really give a fuck. When we go over here is probably one of my favorite fucking things. I got 2 sinks now. This is nuts, right? Like, this is crazy. Nice ass bathroom. Like, this is way more than I need. I mean, you guys can see, same thing with the closet on the other side, which is technically right here. I'm gonna get like a curtain. Nice ass bathroom. I never had a glass fucking shower before. I've never had a square like shower. That's like a hotel resort type shower. I'm about it. That shit is lit. I don't know if this is you guys' first time tuning in with me, but I'm very grateful, you know, to be here and be in this position. And yeah, you know, come a long way from that studio apartment with no washer and dryer. I still got that vlog up of me sitting outside the laundromat talking about life and me trying to figure shit out when I first got to Miami. So, you know, that's why I like to, you know, force myself, even if I don't want to stay somewhat consistent with these YouTube videos. Because when, you know, you look back on life and be like, damn, like I was really at that point in time. And like, that shit is crazy. It's a little bit later on in the day, but we still have some stuff to do. So I'm gonna take y'all with me, because I also want to make this video like a life update, because I feel like this new apartment is a part of that. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about my future plans and what I've been cooking up behind the scenes, because I know I've been laying low, but trust me, your boy is always thinking. Trey and I actually made a huge donation bag for clothes. So what we're about to do is we're about to go pick up the donation bag, because it's still in the other apartment and it's a massive bag, so I need the wagon. That, all right. So we are back in the old apartment. Honestly, for a guy in his 20s, like living in Miami, this shit was perfect. Like, I can't complain at all about this apartment. I mean, I'll show y'all this view if you haven't seen it. I don't want to drag on it too long. I had a massive, this is again another corner unit, massive balcony. Look how big ass bag of clothes. We'll get this out of here. Look like Hood Santa Claus. If you ever get to a point in life where you feel like you want to throw clothes away, don't do that. Make sure you go donate it. I wanted to mention really quickly that I'm sure some people are going to be like, Jared, if you lived by yourself for 2 years, why are you getting a roommate? Like, is it too expensive to live in Miami? And these are genuine questions I feel like young adults have. You know, quick summary. When I first moved here, I lived by myself for a year in a studio. Then I got 2 roommates. Actually ended up being like 3 roommates in a crib. And then after that year, I lived by myself for the last 2 years. And then now me and Trey are moving in together. And quite honestly, since I've lived by myself and I've lived with roommates, in my opinion, if you're not at a point in time where you're ready to settle down and have a family with, like, you know, your girl, wife, kids, whatever your situation is, then I personally think having a roommate is the best thing for anyone. You know, obviously financially you're gonna save money. You know, you need to live with someone that you can get on like each other's asses, you know, have open communication, not in like a bad way, but you know what I mean? Like, if they're doing something as a roommate that bothers you, you should be able to fucking get on their ass about it. Like Trey, for example, I mean, this is just an example. Like, if he's not taking out the trash, I'll be like, stop being a lazy piece of shit and take out the fucking trash. You know what I mean? Like, me and him, that's like my brother for real. So we can talk to each other like that. We work well, you know, with each other. If you have someone like that in your life and you want to live in the city, I would 10 out of 10 highly recommend it. Not even Miami, just any city. Because, you know, living by yourself is cool, but it got to a point where I was like, I'm paying all this rent and I'm not even home. Like, I'm out working, like, you feel me? Studio in Miami is starting at like, I say starting at like 2,300. And a studio in Miami is not big. Like, I'm talking about like 450 square feet. Like, you're living in a box with a bathroom. You know what I mean? And hey, I feel it. That's how I got started. You probably get a washer and dryer, you know what I mean? And then you get the building amenities. But 2,300 is like, I'd rather just get a roommate and pay less. So that's the reason why I opted into, you know, getting into 2-2. It just makes the most sense for where I'm at in my point in life. Why? Because I plan on traveling a lot more. Like I said, when you're traveling a lot and you're not really home, why are you paying that much money for rent when you're not even there? Doesn't really make sense. Long story short, what we're gonna do right now before we drop off these clothes is we're actually gonna go to the Intercontinental Hotel in downtown Miami. Why? Because I have an event there tomorrow, but I'm not actually gonna be at the event. I'm staffing it. It's one of the clients that I work with, and because of that, I can't be there because I have the photo shoot. Because I've never actually been to the Intercontinental Hotel, I always like to be aware of like the surroundings, what's going on. This is me, like a personal thing. I don't have to go stop by. I'm basically going to check to see what the parking situation is like for downtown, because I make sure that parking gets compensated, because I don't ever want my staff to come out of, you know, pocket for things like that, for like that and staff meal. So I need to find out if she should valet, if there's parking nearby, or if there's a garage, so just so that I can get her that exact address. You can only control what you can control, but I like to make sure things still go as smooth as possible. Like, I don't want her, and this isn't like a fault to her or like just anyone, like, I want to give them the exact location of where they can park. You know what I mean? I want to make it as easy as possible for everyone. Like, I don't want her to, let's say, get here tomorrow and be like, where do I park? Like, I'm not there. You feel me? Like, I can't go and find you. So I always like to, you know, if I can, go do a walkthrough, which is typically what I do. I do a walkthrough before any event anyways, especially if I haven't been there before. But if I know where the hell I'm going, then I don't need to do that. You know, it's just kind of me doing my due diligence to make sure that everything goes well, goes smooth. Clouds kind of looking funky, but yeah, no, we downtown, man. The arena right here, also Bayside Marketplace right over here. Like, even though it's mad touristy, like, I think that shit is fire. I actually did a photo shoot for Bayside Marketplace. I've shared it a few times on my Instagram. Yeah, if you're new here, check out the gram, you feel me? Trying to stay more active on that as well, and TikTok live, because I want to be, you know, a lot more active live with you guys. And I feel like TikTok live is the best way to do that. And I know it's a consistency game. Like, don't get me wrong, like, when I go on TikTok live, sometimes it gets a little active, and then sometimes it's only like 5 people. But the 5 people are always in the live. So I like that, you know what I mean? We like continue conversations. It's a way for me to just, you know, really build like in the moment connections and like conversations with you guys. I think that shit is cool. I don't like how TikTok live though sometimes just be brain dead like activity. Like, I actually like to have conversations. Like, I call them mini therapy sessions, because a lot of people just ask me about life advice, and then you know, would you this, would you that, if it's relationship based, or how do they respond with certain things, or anything even modeling related. I like conversations like that. It's unfortunate that fucking social media is brain dead content, but you know, it is what it is. Again, that's why I still think YouTube is the best platform to be on. But we're damn near here. I don't want to miss this. I don't want to miss this turn. Hello. Thank you. Bayfront Park, I don't know if you can read that sign. And then it's down this little strip. There's definitely valet here. Let me see what the valet's talking about. There's actually a good amount of parking too. There's like never parking down here. What's up, Buzz? How are you? Are you valet?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anywhere to park as well here, or do you have to valet? So not even like, there's not a garage right over here?
The only garage is that white building there.
Okay. The white building there, or you have how much is valet?
How long? What are you here for?
So there's an event tomorrow going on for the business conference, so it's going to be during that duration, so it's about like 6 hours.
I believe it's $22.
Oh, $22, 6 hours. All right, perfect. I was just coming to check out the venue because I'm going to be here tomorrow. All right, perfect, boss. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you. Now, don't get me wrong. I do feel like he low-key bullshitting. Now that I'm actually looking at the lot that's right here. Hold on. First of all, big-ass boat. Damn. Shit. How you see that boat and not be like, I got to get on that fucking boat at some point in time of my life? Okay, see, now this is why I think he was bullshitting. Because I'm in this lot right now, and I see pay-by-phone parking spots. But even then, $22 really ain't bad for 6 hours. Like, maybe that's just easier. Maybe I will just have a valet. I think that's the vibe. Okay, cool. Now we got that out the way. We got that checklist. Now I got to text her and be like, yeah, valet tomorrow. And keep your receipt. So now I want to talk to y'all about life, my life update. What do I have planned for the future, right? Because I make these videos and I talk a lot about, you know, what's helped me. But like, I never really talk about my future goals or plans. I mean, I did it one time when I first moved to Miami because it was like, you know, still all new to me. But now, like, what am I really mindful of? Like, what am I trying to do? Like, how do I reinvest my time, my money, like, back into me? And so, like, trying to, you know, grow what I'm doing. For this summer, I've already talked to my agency. I'm actually going to LA. Well, not for the whole summer, but I'm going to LA the second half of July. Now, part of it is definitely because, you know, I want to go to LA for modeling, and I want to, you know, get the jobs that are out over there, because LA is just a better market than Miami in terms of getting campaigns and like much bigger jobs. I've said Miami is great for the lifestyle, you know, the e-commerce brands that they have here that are local. Like, I'm shooting with Perry Ellis again tomorrow. They're probably like my #1 client that I have out here. I work with them a lot. LA is where you're gonna get the campaigns, and like that's where you're gonna get like posters of yourself. You know what I mean? And like, I've had that a few times, but they're not like, you know, storefront posters. Like, I'm trying to get shit that's like when you walk by the fucking Nike store in the mall, like I'm on that shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the next step for me in my modeling career. And again, I'm very grateful for everything that I've done. You know what I mean? Like, all the brands that have booked me, I've done a lot. I've done a lot of cool lifestyle resort shoots where like basically I'm getting free vacations. You know what I mean? And it's all for social media and everything and their website. That's lit. I'm very grateful for it. But like, what's next? You know what I mean? What else can I do? And I know that that market is just not here in Miami. It's not. Like, I've been here for 3 years. I value the feedback of people who have been here longer than me, and they all say like, yeah, bro, like LA is your market. Like, LA is for you. You know, 6'2", lifestyle, athletics, you do e-com, your sample size, which basically means like you're a medium top, you're a medium bottom. Like, you just fit LA market. And a part of me is also kind of doing this as like a redemption story. Not story, but when I moved to Miami, I don't want to say scared, but I was very hesitant to record what I was doing and my progress, because I truthfully didn't know if it was going to work out. Like, I truthfully, like, when I had, again, no job and the events weren't really coming in and I was making no money. Like, yeah, you get signed to a modeling agency, but you know, when do you book a job? How long does it take to get paid? I was like, damn, I don't know if I didn't know if I was going to stay in Miami for real, y'all. So for me, it's like a redemption story. Like, damn, let me show you guys how to go about it. Like, if you want to chase this dream, or like, if you want to go to a city and pursue modeling, again, this is niche, but it just goes to life. Like, if you want to chase anything, right? Like, how do you do it? You just got to fucking get there. You know what I mean? That's what I tell people. Like, people hit me up all the time. I want to get to Miami. Well, then fucking get here. You know what I mean? Like, just get here first and everything else will fall into order. Like, everything that you're thinking about after the fact, like, yes, have a plan, have a reason as to why you're in any city, but like, get here. That's step one. I don't want to hear about what you think is going to happen. You don't know till you get here. So everything that I kind of preach to y'all about how to reach out to agencies and how to, you know, navigate when you're out there, booking an Airbnb, getting a rental car, having a car, like, I'm doing all of this, right? Like, I'm going to do it in LA. And I do have a network now in LA of people that I can reach out to and, like, you know, hang out with, I guess. But it's not, again, I'm not signed. I'm technically right now not signed in LA. That's why I'm going, because I want to meet these agencies in person. I want them to see me in person. So again, I do have a mother agency. I'd say that's the only thing that's different this time around. Source Models, they're my mother agent. So they're technically going to be the ones setting up the meetings for me. But again, before Source was my mother agency, I signed with 4 different agencies without a mother agent. So I know what it takes to get signed. That's how I got signed here in Miami. Part of this life, you know, I guess update, moving into this apartment was a big, you know, check for me mentally, like, because I've been dealing with this for like a month with like planning everything else around work and everything too. But yeah, I booked my Airbnb in LA. I'm gonna be in Beverly Hills, not in the hills, but in Beverly Hills, kind of by like the Grove area, if you guys are familiar, which is a really nice area. It's central to everything. I've been to LA twice before, so I kind of knew what areas to look in. And I got a rental car. I can't lie, that rental car is kind of fire. I chose this car for a specific reason, and let me know in the comments if what y'all think about what that might be. It's nothing crazy though. It's not like a Ferrari or a Lambo. Like, that shit would be stupid. But yeah, especially for 2 weeks. This is what I preach on other people. Like, if you want to make something happen, you have to work, have the money ahead of time, and put shit into motion. So hopefully, and this will also be just for me, like, I've been to LA and honestly I haven't had the best experience. Not like in a bad way, not like, oh my god, like I hated it, but just like I was like, I'm not with my people. I don't really know my crowd out here, like my vibe. Now I do, right? Like, after doing the TV show 2 years ago, after meeting so many more people that live in LA, and they're like, bro, when you're in LA, hit me up. Like, I'm gonna get you right. Like, we gonna be situated. I don't be with none of that weird shit. It's the same thing with Miami. That's what I tell people. Like, before I moved to Miami, everyone thought I was gonna become a crackhead. It's like, no, that's not who I am. I don't entertain stupidity. I don't want to be around bullshit. Same thing in LA. If I'm in LA and I'm around weirdos, I promise y'all I'm out. I'm not with that clout chasing bullshit. You feel me? Like, I'm there for good intentions, good vibes. I want to meet cool people and network and go about life the right way. You feel me? I don't want to look back and be like, damn, I did that shit and I fucking regret it, or I was trying to fit in. That's never been me. Hell no. If you're watching this video, you got to realize that whenever you make a decision to change your life, that you really have to hit it from the ground up. Like, that's why I say getting there is so important, because that is the foundation. Everything that you build after the fact, like I said, if you have a plan, it's probably not going to go according to plan, right? Like me, for example, I want to get out, like, let's say best case scenario, I get out there, I get signed, and then shit, maybe I even book a shoot while I'm out there. I know that's not the case. I know that I'm probably going out there just to show face. I'm probably not going to make a fucking single dollar while I'm out there. Hey, unless YouTube start, you know, kicking in and I get monetized. You feel me? No, but like, if I'm out there modeling work-wise, like, I'm not going to make a single dollar. Like, this is strictly, it's also a write-off. It's also a write-off. Remember that. So I don't mind spending a little bit of pocket change on some write-offs, you know what I mean? But this is a real investment into yourself. Like, again, portfolio work. Like, you gotta show, or I gotta show, like, the agencies that, like, I'm here to really put in this work from the ground up. Not only that, when you come from the other side of the country, you gotta show them that financially you can, you know, afford to come out of pocket and front your own money, and maybe even book as a local. But again, if a job pays you $5,000 and you only have to pay $1,000 total, or whatever the fuck, maybe not that much, but like, you know, you got to pay for your flight and maybe like a hotel for the night, and you make 5 bands and you only have to come out of pocket, like, let's say 600, shit, you up, you know what I mean? Like, so again, you really got to show these agencies. And again, the work that I've done here in Miami, it's not what I'm doing in LA. So I'm very mindful of that. But again, I'm actually very excited. I'm excited for myself in the sense of, it's going to push me to not only see, you know, new things, but also just force myself to record. And like I said, little redemption story. Like, I didn't do this in Miami because, again, I didn't know if I really could. But now in LA, like I know I'm good here in Miami. Like I'm good, but again, this is the next step for myself when it comes to the modeling career. And well, shit, we finna hit this fucking shit full swing. You feel me? We gotta hit this motherfucker running, because if opportunity doesn't really come to you, you gotta go to it. Enough of me fucking rambling. God damn, I'm sorry, y'all. But we made it to Salvation Army. Let me drop off this this bag real quick. Hold on. Hold up. Let me be right back. Okay, that was a big ass bag. I didn't know if it was really gonna fit, for real. They have a big ass bin that you can drop everything in right over there. A little bit of behind the scenes of what I do on a day-to-day. This is a calm day though, no events today, but again, photo shoot tomorrow. I actually need to shave for the photo shoot. So when I shave for photo shoots, y'all, I can't lie, I be going real low key with it. Like I be going low. It takes like 3 days for my beard to like come back to a presentable length, I guess you could say. At least in my opinion, but some people say like, bro, you look the exact same. I'm like, you're tripping. But if y'all are watching this video right now, and especially if you're new here, I appreciate you for rocking this far. But tell me like what goals you guys have lined up this summer. You know, I feel like summertime is a time where a lot of people need to self-reflect and think about, you know, again, just the upcoming seasons. Like summertime, a lot of people use it to enjoy, break away, like especially if you're in school. Like this is kind of like your time off. But let me know what goals you guys have if you're here trying to pursue modeling, or what industry you're trying to break into. Again, a lot of people on Instagram actually message me about many industries that they're trying to, you know, create their business in, and they just ask for general business advice. And I've said it before in many videos that like I don't feel like, you know, I've been in business, I guess, long enough. It's still weird to say like I own a business. I don't know. I think that shit is kind of weird, but I do. And I like, you know, having conversation with people who are trying to, you know, better their life, you know, make changes that benefit their life when it comes to fitness and health. And with that being said, let me know what videos you guys would like to see. I can't lie, like with YouTube nowadays, I know people say like document your life, and again, when I go to LA and like that's what I'm gonna do out there. But I'm definitely in a stage right now where I want to make videos that are beneficial. I definitely want to do more, you know, day in the life vlogs. Again, when I'm working, I like to be locked in at work, and what I do for work is pretty fucking boring. Like there's really not much to go into detail, especially just for like professional reasons and privacy reasons. I don't like to really record at events and everything like that. But maybe I can do a better job of getting like actual behind the scenes of what I feel like is, you know, at least, you know, suitable to capture in the moment. I'm definitely in a stage where I don't really know what some people, I don't want to say care to enjoy, because I do think that on YouTube vlogs are coming back because people want to see like organic, authentic, you know, stories and personalities. And not everything. I think what I'm trying to really wrap my head around is that like there are people in the world, which is crazy to think about, that generally just want to see how I like go about life and what I do and what I might talk about. Because for the most part, people have told me like, bro, you talk about topics that are very much relatable, and that's what people want to listen to. So I feel like that is my next step of really just, again, picking up the camera and hitting fucking record. Even if it's shit like this, me running around, I just talk about something. And I felt like, you know, today was a decent substance. But I definitely want to do more day in the life vlogs of like me out with my guys. And we're definitely like, you know, again, we don't really do much, but if we go and hoop, like again, when you're an adult, low key setting up everyone's schedule is tough. Even with Trey, I live with this motherfucker now, and like I barely see him unless we're like working out or something at night. But hey, maybe we do like a nighttime gym vlog. Shit, fuck it. You know, it's really just picking up that camera and recording. I've been rambling y'all's ear off for enough time, but let's go back upstairs and get situated because it's also starting to rain. I want to end it on this because this has been a topic that's been brought up a good amount to me, is people who aren't in the modeling or like media freelancing industry, people who are more like structured and corporate. And again, nothing wrong with that, but I've been getting asked the question now more recently, like, but what's your long-term goal? What's your long-term plan? But like, you can't model forever. And I just look at them and I'm like, you're making it seem like this is like, there's only an X amount of time that you can do this for. Don't let people's opinion dictate what the fuck you're going to do with your life. Doesn't matter how young you are. It doesn't matter how old you might be. If you want to make a change, you want to make a decision in your life, do it. Don't let anyone's outside opinion dictate what you're fucking gonna do. And it's not like they ask me these questions because they're like concerned about me. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I'm fucking self-sufficient, right? You know, when I moved to Miami and I was 22, everyone was like, you're a 22-year-old in Miami. You're going to get lost. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Fuck you. You don't know me. I moved here at 22 and I was moving like a fucking vet. People thought I was damn near 30 at times by how like I was like acting. So but you have to be true to yourself and you have to know yourself. So don't let outside opinions dictate what the fuck you're going to do with your life. That shit is crazy. Like when people literally will look at me and be like, how much longer are you going to do this? Like, what, like, and the true answer is, I don't know. I know what I have envisioned for myself in the upcoming years. You know, I have a plan, but you need to have short-term goals and you need to have long-term goals, right? I have both. And right now I'm acting on those short-term goals that will lead to the long-term goals. You know what I mean? Like I said, everything right now, when you restart from the beginning, it's a reinvestment period. You're going to look back in life and be like, damn, I only had to work for 5 years to have the life I wanted for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So many people nowadays want instant gratification. And if you get that, you know what I mean? And if you work for something and it comes relatively quickly, you know, kudos, hats off. But like realistically, it's not going to happen. You're not going to learn that way. You know what I mean? You want to look back after those 5 years and be like, I would do that shit again. And I feel like that's at the point in time where I'm at right now. You know, everyone runs their own race, but obviously there are some things in my life where I want it quicker. You know what I mean? Like I could say even social media, for example, like I know that social media, not for like clout or anything, but it would then spread my ideas, my messages, you know, the things that I want to, you know, share with benefiting people and life advice that helped me. I know that it would reach the masses if it reached more people with social media, which is why I'm trying to force myself to, you know, be more active on like TikTok and stuff like that. Yeah. Do I wish I had maybe more followers or more than, yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful for the people who support me, especially the people that I don't know and they take the time to reach out. So again, embrace your journey. It's probably not going to happen quickly, but make that jump. Like I said, whatever you're going to do, you just have to get there. And once you're there, you start. You know what I mean? People think you start when you start thinking about it. No, you start when you're there. That's day one. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I guess I could say looking back 3.5 years later, like I'm doing all right. I'm happy with how far I've come, I guess. To me, like I'm still just getting started. Like, I don't know. That's just how I view it. Like I literally view this point in my life as me just getting started. Like I can't explain it. You have to look back and reflect on your life and like, are you increasing in areas? I'm sorry, not increasing. Are you improving in certain areas? Have you improved at this? Have you improved at that? Has life improved overall? You know what I'm saying? Like, has life improved overall? And if you can look back and say yes, then just know you're on the right path. You know what I'm saying? Like results, numbers, metrics, analytics, like those things tell you the truth. And if you can really look back on your life, no matter what you're doing and say, I've gotten better, maybe not a huge step, but I've gotten better, then you're on the right path. You know, once you get stagnant, once you start falling back, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, maybe you need to reevaluate. But when I look back on my life, you know, truthfully, it has only gotten better. And I only see more improvements, you know, really coming, and I'm excited for it. Again, I think this LA trip is going to be a big test for myself and a way for me to show you guys, the audience, that like I practice what I preach. You know, I didn't come from money. I had to work for it. And then the money that I worked for, I invested it in certain ways, more on time, more on experiences to better my life. So yeah, when people ask me like, how much longer are you going to do this? I could really only look at them and say, I'm just fucking getting started. Like, and I don't want that to come across like, you know, a certain way or like egotistical or whatever, but like I dead ass mean it. Like I'm 26. I've done this shit in 3 years. Shit, give me 3 more fucking years. See what's up. You know what I mean? Like that's my mindset. And I feel like that is the mindset that, you know, steady progress. So I really, you know, appreciate if you guys follow me on IG, TikTok. I do want to have conversations and, you know, hopefully that benefit you on an individual level. And then, you know, we can make it more specific to you. Thank you guys for rocking with me. You feel me? This is the life where we are at right now, and shit is crazy. To many more videos, to many more experiences and shit. The ups and the fucking downs. I don't know. I'm going to show everything at this point. Because what do I have to lose? You feel me? What do I have to fucking lose? Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Y'all know the deal. Till next time, I'll catch y'all later.